7 AM and it's market day. Tired. Put my hair in some heatless curls. I'm just gonna do some makeup and then we can pack the car. So let's just do makeup. Everyone's still in bed, so it can't be too loud. I've not done heatless curls in ages, so this might not come out right. If it doesn't, we'll have to straighten it. Okay, are you joking? Who is she? Oh, that's pretty. Awesome. Alright, let's do something. Hey, hello. I have not filmed any of my setup. It has been the most stressful hour and a half I've ever had at a market. So I originally was given a pitch and I put my gazebo up, put my sides up, but for reference, my gazebo is my mum's from her garden, because the one that I used, like my industrial one, we had out in our garden over Christmas and it broke. So we borrowed my mum's and it just would not withstand, it's so windy. And it was bending and we were like, oh my god, what are we doing? It was, my weights were not holding it down. So they've moved me to like this like little courtyard bit that's covered. So I've took my gazebo down, but like it was so stressful because I'd put the gazebo up, all my tables up, started putting my displays up, and then the gazebo blew over. And then as I've been setting up, everything's just been blowing over. And it's just, I'm so stressed and now I'm in pain. I'll show you my setup. See, it's just so windy. So I have my embroidered jumpers, my blankets, and then I've got these. And that's my setup. I'm in this sort of like courtyard bit. Yeah, honestly, I'm just so stressed. I feel like I could happily just sit here and not talk to anyone all day and it'd be lovely. But yeah, I will try and film throughout the day. Have a hot chocolate because it's cold. It's 20 to 11, so the event's been on for 40 minutes. I haven't made a sale yet. It's fairly quiet, so I'm hoping it'll pick up. I just don't know if I'm in the right spot. I feel like people are coming this way last. I know there's another crochet stall. I'm starting to think maybe this might not be as successful as I would like, which is a little bit upsetting because I've put a lot of work into it and I did pay nearly, what, £35 for the market. But we'll see how we go on. Hopefully it picks up, and yeah. I'll keep you updated. Made my first sale and it was 2 pocket pals, so it was a mallard and a whale, so that's £8. I'm really struggling with how cold it is, and the fact that it's really quiet. Update, it's freezing. I've made £50, which is still a bit naff, but at least I've covered the costs. I've got 2 hours left and I bought a cake, so minus £5 off that, but this is only bearable if I've got cake. So I want to go home. Update, there's an hour left. It has been really naff. I've made a few more sales. I don't know how much I've made in total yet. I will total that up later and let you know. I'm probably not going to film packing up because I'm really grumpy and I want to go home under a warm blanket with a hot water bottle, so I'm going to do that as soon as the hour is up. Will is on his way to come get me. People have already packed up. There's like 4 of us left, but I can't go anywhere till Will gets here. And I always think if you leave early, what if you just miss that one person who buys something? So yeah, I'll give you an updated and final total of what I've made, and then I might do another video just on like the whole market thing. So bye. Hi guys, I thought I'd just come on and do a little bit of an overview and a sum up of Sunday's market. So the market you've just seen, it's now Friday, so it's been like a fair few days. I've just not really felt like up to filming properly. So I don't know whether I could call it a successful market or not. I've been weighing this up in my mind about whether it was, whether it wasn't, and I don't know. I think if it had been any other market and I'd have paid less money for it, it would have been successful. So I paid £35 for that stall, and the place where it was, the Blakemere Craft Village, is known for being really busy, and it was their first spring market on Easter Sunday, so it was expected to have a really big turnout. So we were like sort of expecting like really high levels of traffic. I made over £1,000 worth of stock because people that I've spoken to that had been there before had been like, oh, they've sold out. So I like obviously worked really hard in the days beforehand. So I got there, and as you can see in the video, I didn't film it because I was too stressed. I'd set up my gazebo, but so the email that they sent me said set up from 8:30 until 10, and it said on it, you will not be permitted to come in before 8:30. So we got there for 8:25, and I thought, oh, we'll just wait outside for 5 minutes. Anyway, we got there, and the gates were already open, and everyone else had already set up, and I was like, oh, what's happened? Like, so they were like, oh, it's like a first come first serve basis on where your pitch is, which one really annoyed me, because if that had been in the email we would have left earlier. But then also, why are you telling me not to get there till 8:30? So by the time I got there, like they told us where to go, we were right at the end, so it was kind of like a straight dirt track, and then there's a car park at the other end, but that car park was blocked off by the gazebo, so they couldn't come in that way, and my pitch would have been right in front of that car park. But to get to me, they would have had to come out of the car park, come all the way through the craft village, walked all the way to the end of the market. It wasn't like a through, we'd have to walk all the way to the end and back. So straight away I was like, people aren't going to come to me, like people are going to, like, what I would do is I'd have a glance if there's anything up there that catches my eye, I'll leave. And a lot of people with me by impulse, they see me and they're looking and they go, oh, especially children. So that was already a problem. And then secondly, there was another crochet store there, and she was selling the exact same things as me, which I love. I love supporting people, but again, I should have been told there was another crochet store. So it was quite funny, to be fair. Anyway, I'll get to this in a minute. So I put my gazebo up, and then my partner left. He helped me get my tables up, but we had the kids in the car and they were crying. So after we'd set the tables up, he said I'd have to go. But anyway, it's a half an hour drive home. It's a Sunday, so Easter Sunday, so no shops were open. About 15 minutes after I sort of was straightening everything out, got all my cube units up, etc. And then the wind, so if you're in the UK, we had Storm Dave. I honestly thought the event was going to be cancelled. The wind picked up 2 of the sides of my gazebo and just like threw it into the air. So like everyone from other stalls came running over to like grab my gazebo. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do? I do have weights, but they weren't even making a difference. So I was like, oh, at this point I'd forgotten it was Easter Sunday. So I rang Will. I was like, oh, I need your help. Like, I need you to come back and go shopping and get me something. And he was like, Gini, it's Easter Sunday. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I sat there for a while. By the time, time's ticking away now. I'd already been there for like half an hour. I only had an hour left to set up. And they were like, look, you can either try and brave it out with your gazebo and take the sides off it, or it was raining as well, it's worth adding, because I was like, I can't even take my gazebo down because there was like really bad like downpours, and then it would go really nice and then it downpour. They were like, oh, we could put you in the courtyard. My only concern with the courtyard was that there wasn't going to be a lot of traffic there, but there wasn't really much else I could do, so I said, right, we'll have to try it. So to their credit, they like helped me move all my stuff, and I set up under there, and I was away from the rain, which was great. But because it was so cold and it was really windy, I was like in a wind tunnel, which was horrible. So all day I was freezing. But then it made me laugh. So before Will had left, he had a little look round at everyone, and he came up running over to me and he was like, Gini, there's another crochet store. And I was like, oh, you're joking. And this is just what he does at markets. He'll go and scout for me. And then about half an hour into the event start, this man walked past my table and I could see him going like this, and I was like, I knew exactly who that is, and it was the boyfriend of the other girl's crochet. And I just giggled because I was like, you're doing exactly what I do. And I went over and introduced myself in the end, because I love supporting other crochet businesses. Don't get me wrong, it was competition, and it's hard because I wanted us to both do well, but obviously if there was going to be like between you and me, obviously I want to do better, and that's not like horrible me saying that. Anyway, I went and introduced myself because I thought I didn't want it to be like, oh god, she's got crochet too. So I was like, oh hi, I'm Gini, I've got crochet around the corner. And then they started laughing because she sent a boyfriend, and I got her Instagram and she was lovely. But yeah, because she was on the same strip, like the main strip, and I was off, I do feel like she got the main of the sales. And it's frustrating when there's more than one crochet store and only one entrance point. Obviously whoever's first simply gets the most sales, because we were selling the similar things as well. But I had a lot of people come to me and kids were going, oh mum, look at that, and the mum would go, no, because you've had something from the other crochet store. So it was really, really frustrating. So then obviously the event started and it was like really slow, and we were like, and there was a cake lady next to me, like round the corner from me, and she came around and she said, we've never done this bad before. And they do cakes and everyone likes cake. She said, like, we've never done this bad before, we don't know what's going on, they've been doing it for like 2 years, and she said, we've never had a market this bad here. Everyone was just like, right, we'll stick it out. And then slowly people's gazebos started to fly away. So I think by the event started at 10, by 11 4 gazebos had gone. So, and then by 1 o'clock people that were just fanning out. I was literally, so because I normally have like an L-shaped setup in my gazebo, I normally have a bit of room to like work and do crochet, but because of the way I was set up in one long line, I had to adjust my displays, and it meant I couldn't sit behind my table, so it meant that I couldn't work. So I literally just sat there in the cold all day with nothing to do. There was no Wi-Fi, so I just sat like this the whole day. And okay, so I had a few customers. Basically, so I paid £35 for the store and I made £110 after the £35 store fee. Which, like I say, I think if it hadn't been such high expectations going in, maybe I'd have been like, oh, this is alright. Or maybe if I'd paid less. But I was sat there I got there at 8:30, didn't leave till 4. It's like a full day's work, and I only just covered costs of like materials and stuff. It was just really, really naff, and I just, yeah. But I have got another one booked in next month for that one. I spoke to a few of the vendors and they all said that they were really shocked how little traffic there was. So I don't know, I'm gonna go, I'd already paid for next month, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna go and do it, and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. So now my only problem is I didn't realise I'd double booked on that day. So my brother-in-law is going to go and do another market for me at my town, at a picnic in the park, which I'm really, really wanted to get in. So I wanted to do this last year, but there was no space, and it's a really busy event, but I'd already paid for Blakemere, and this one's only £20. So my brother-in-law was like, oh, I'll do it for you, which is great. But it means I've got to have 2 gazebos, 4 tables, and all of that stock. Currently I don't have any gazebos. The gazebo I used at the weekend just gone with my mum's, because we used our gazebo outside for our like makeshift kitchen when we had our kitchen decorated over Christmas, and it broke, and that was like my £70 industrial like business gazebo, so really it was quite stupid to use it. My mum's is like a £30 garden gazebo because it's just, she doesn't need it for anything else. So the plan originally was to like make loads of money on Sunday and then buy another gazebo, but I didn't make enough. So the money that I made from Sunday I've had to put on bills and like costs and stuff like my insurance, things like this, and now I have nothing left. So basically I've just got my fingers crossed that I get a few more orders in the next month. Otherwise I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just have to hope that it doesn't rain. So the Blakemere did say that I could have the same spot again in the courtyard next month, which means I wouldn't need a gazebo, which means that my brother-in-law could use my mum's with the weather being okay, which I'm hoping it will be in May. But again, you just don't know. But ideally I'd like to not be in the courtyard because I'd like to be in like the thick of it. But I have checked this time. I said, is that crochet store here again? And they said no. And then they also said you can come and set up from 7. I did say, I said the email said 8:30, and he was like, oh. I was like, come on. Like, if I knew it was going to be first come, first serve, we would have got there early. So this time I know to leave early, hopefully have a gazebo, get a good spot. So I think as well, the main strip, you're all trapped in with the gazebos, so there's not much wiggle room. Where I was at the back, there was like wind coming in every angle. So yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I don't think it was... Hello? Hello? Can I help you? Can I help you? Okay. I can see your shadow. Okay, I am officially creeped out. So the door just opened really slowly, and I thought it was Will being funny because he does this and tries to scare me. Because I always get really embarrassed when I'm talking on camera, and I thought, oh god, he's going to be listening. And I could see his shadow, so I was like, I can literally see your shadow, what are you doing? So I've just gone out and he's not there, and I've just looked out the window and he's in the garden with the kids. That's really freaky. Anyway, oh no, I don't like it now, my back's to the door. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think it was successful. I did make money, I made profit. I just didn't earn a wage, which is not ideal, but what can you do? So yeah, I'm trying to look at on the bright side. I have got loads of stock. So I made a list of what I sold, but I don't know what notebook it's in. I think it might be downstairs. So I sold a few things, but not enough that I really need to panic. Even with, so obviously I've got, my next markets are on 3rd of May, 2 on the 3rd of May, then 1 on the 9th. So I am going to gradually make stuff throughout the month, and I am hoping to get things booked like in between. However, I don't know, I've been reaching out to people, to like schools and things, because I do find, as great as these big ones are, sometimes you make more at the little markets. But yeah, I'm gonna just make things as I go. And I've also got a really exciting challenge coming. So obviously with my market prep, I am making the same things over and over again, and sometimes it can send you into a bit of a crochet rut. Sorry if you can hear the traffic outside. And you can just get a bit bored, and I get burnt out really easily. So I am also wanting, as you know, to become a pattern designer, and I want 2026 to be like the year that happens. So this sort of month, I am challenging myself to a 30-day challenge where I have 30 amigurumis, and I've written my list, but I'm not going to tell you because I might change it. And every day I'm going to do the amigurumi, but I'm not allowed to follow a pattern. It's got to be all up here, and I'm going to write it down as I go, which hopefully then I can generate into patterns. And it's stuff that I haven't made before, because I want to challenge myself, and I feel like when you do the same things over and over, you just get a bit stuck. So I have already started one, and I'm really annoyed because I'd started it and filmed it on TikTok, so I'm making it into a TikTok series. And then I was going through my videos last night because I ran out of storage, and I didn't realise what video I deleted on TikTok, and it was that video, so I didn't know what to do. I've got half of it. I'm just wondering if I can refilm and edit it so you can't tell that I've already made some parts. I can't reveal too much because that's going to be next in the series. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here, and you'll be so proud of me. This is my 3rd consecutive video that I have released on time, so fingers crossed next week you'll get part 1 of my 30-day challenge. And that's going to be it for this video. It's been a bit more of a blabby video. Hopefully next time will be a bit more of me making. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a like and a subscribe. Let me know what you enjoyed, what you want to see next. Yeah, and follow along for my journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye.